Hi, my name is David Straub. I teach people how their minds work.
A business-savvy friend was advising me on my LinkedIn profile. After reading Emotions Expert, they said I had to remove it. We have yet to master that area. Then I had an idea. What if I built a booth and showed it around Portland? I could give people advice and they could let me know if I was an expert. Honestly, the response surprised even me. I knew I was onto something. Then I thought I should create a show so everyone else could see the magic in action. After all, once you see and hear it, everything will start to make sense.
Welcome to Emotions Explained. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you. Hey, I'm about to get started on the show, so if you'd like to see what's going on, why don't you come on in, check it out. It's going to be really interesting. The premise of the event that you're going to see is pretty simple. Basically, I do this Emotions Expert booth and I dole out advice to people. It's pretty much like a snapshot in time. So I don't spend a lot of time with the people. I don't spend a lot of time on kind of the background of my model, which I teach them to help them better understand how they think. But in this case, we're going to cover at least a little bit of it so you can get an idea of what's going on. So let me show you how that's going to go. All the advice that I give stems from this behavior system that I created called the Foresight Model. To give you an idea what that is, we're going to cut to the event and show you how I explain it there. Foresight Model says that your consciousness is comprised of two processes. You look at the past and you plan for the future. The way you look at the past is called your self-esteem process. And the way you look at the future is called your self-confidence process. So for the self-esteem part, there's two questions you have to answer. It's, am I good and do I have value? Am I good is something that you give yourself, and do I have value is something that other people give you. And for self-confidence, there's also two questions. There's, do I have discretion, which is you kind of make decisions, including what I'm looking for and balancing the needs of others. And will I persevere, which is something that you do on your own. If you're able to answer them correctly, everything's fine. If you're not, you're going to experience a subconscious conclusion that is going to generate a physical sensation inside you, which is going to give you a misleading emotion. So that misleading emotion part is so key to everything else, but we'll be covering that more. So that's the basics of the model. Let's get into a specific example. You're talking to someone, and let's say you have problems with the do I have value. That tends to manifest itself in a couple different areas. Am I smart? Am I strong? Right? So let's say you're talking to someone and you have an opinion on something and they disagree with you. And when they disagree with you, all of a sudden you feel a pit in your stomach. Has anyone ever experienced something like that before? Okay. So what's going on is that you're kind of going into fight, flight, or freeze mode, right? Your amygdala has kicked in, adrenaline's rushing through your body. But you're just having a conversation. Yeah, that's literally it, right? You're in reptile mode, right? But here's the thing, you're having a conversation with someone else. You're not under any threat whatsoever. But for some reason, because that question is not self-sufficiently answered, you're going to get this physical sensation that's going to put you in attack mode. At this point, we've covered the model, and I've also showed you a specific example of it. Now I'm going to ask the audience if they have any questions. Ironically, if not coincidentally, a person's actually going to give up the